Hey folks, welcome to Unqualified, the fantasy football podcast that's been drinking beer with their favorite coach since 2017. That sounds weird. I'm your producer, Rob Diesendorf, here with Sean Brady and Scott Johnson, two fantasy football rivals that have been sabotaging each other for years, but they decided to get together to, what the hell am I saying? I forgot the intro. To help you win your league and make your friends look like geniuses. How's it going, fellas?
Great. You did you fubbed that a little bit there.
That's a throwback vibes to the first episode we ever recorded.
Oh yeah. Do that.
You don't know what we're talking about. Fuck you.
You're not a real listener then.
Unsubscribe.
Since 2017.
If you didn't listen to the first episode of this podcast, you can literally go to hell.
You're throwing a lot of threats at the you cuties lately.
Yeah, well, that's what we're all about here.
Everything okay?
Love to verbally harass our listeners.
Verbal assault.
Yeah, you on the subway, trying to stare up at the ads near the lights because you're uncomfortable. You don't want to look people in the eyes while you're listening to this podcast.
You look at the lights, like up.
No, you look at the ads. You look at the ads when you're on the subway.
Oh, just look at
That's
your
why
phone.
they put them in that position.
Like a normal person.
Because what are you going to do? Look straight across the subway like a sociopath?
No,
and
look at your
stare
phone and
somebody?
play games.
No, what? What about if? What if it's crowded?
You could like sneak it down there.
Nope.
It's gonna be so crowded that you can't like literally pull out your phone.
You don't even know. You don't even know. Hoboken.
Take a subway every day.
Half-ass, taking ass, head ass.
How did we get here
day.
from drinking beers with head coaches? How did we wind up on a Brooklyn Hoboken turf war?
Yeah, we did. We really did. Yeah.
Because Scott decided to throw hands. He wanted to throw these hands.
Ooh, don't throw those hands.
Throw
Oh,
them
boy.
hands. Let's talk about the beer Olympics. What do you got, Sean?
I was going to say, I've been thinking a lot about this and about how much NFL coaches likely drink, and I think there's only one of two ways they go. They either stay off the sauce completely because they're so like hyper-focused during the season that they'll only drink in the off-season. I'm thinking of like Sean McVay probably just like has like kombucha on tap in the coach's office there. And then there's probably
like smoothies.
Exactly. And then there's probably
Juice.
the career veteran coach. I'm thinking of like a Bill O'Brien type.
Doug Marrone.
Doug Marrone type, exactly. That probably they might have a keg in the coach's office. Like it's not,
Yeah.
not out of the realm of possibility. And I would throw Freddie Kitchens in that group as well. Because he just acts like he's drunk all the time in the worst way. So, fuck you, Freddie Kitchens.
I like that. Hey, do you think we could get a White Claw keg? Is that a thing yet?
Oh, that would be so nice.
That'd
I think
be
we
incredible.
I think we should do it. Can we invent that, or is that like against the law? We need like copyright or something.
I think we could invent it.
I think that's the best idea I've had like all month.
The
I
white,
think you should write that down.
the white keg.
The white keg, or the bon vive keg.
Oh yeah,
The bone keg.
the bone keg.
That's a stupid name.
No,
Actually, no, it's not.
No,
That's
dude,
a
I
good
love
name.
that. I love that. The bon
keg.
keg. Le bon keg.
Le bon keg. Oh wow, that's great. You get elderflower or grapefruit,
Garlic and herb.
garlic and herb, lemon and pine cone. What coach? So we're obviously the
Lime and wheatgrass.
that's a good one. Obviously, the beer Olympics that we had everyone vote on yesterday was beer, right? So we're talking about beer pong, flip cup, et cetera, et cetera. What coach is the most likely to down some White Claws, though? What do you think?
Younger. First off, I'm thinking like a Matt LaFleur type.
I was
wow.
just going to say that.
Anyone that tears his Achilles
Wow,
playing
yeah.
pickup basketball has gone with the claw at some point.
Yes.
Like, he knows what that's all about. He knows
That's
that life.
such a good answer. You think Brian Flores of Miami Dolphins drinks any White Claws?
No, Brian Flores has never tasted a drop of alcohol in his entire fucking life.
I'm pretty sure he sees a White Claw, someone hands him a can, he throws it right back in their face.
Pretty sure he just like smacks against his head and then throws it back at them.
Yeah.
While it's
Psycho.
spewing out everywhere.
Anyone who seems like they would ride a plastic folding table down a roof, that's someone that would probably be on the claw.
I think
Adam Gase.
I was just gonna say Adam Gase. I'm pretty sure I'm just picturing him, someone handing him a White Claw, and he has the crazy eyes that he had in this press conference. He's like, "How do I drink this? Elderflower? You're giving me elderflower?"
And then someone's like, the only way to drink it is by catapulting off the roof on a folding table.
And Dumbo would do it. He'd be
garlic and herb.
Probably the guy that's like trying to like bite into it and then like shotgun it. And he, like, fucks it up.
His mouth is like bleeding profusely.
This is how I do it. Is this it?
Oh man, there's so many entertaining coaches out there, and we got stuck with him. God,
I think Andy Reid has a nice White Claw every now and then too.
Oh yeah,
I think he's like an IPA guy, but sometimes like behind closed doors, he'll take like the unwanted ones, like a grapefruit flavor.
No, there's no way he's an IPA guy. First off, he is drinking.
You don't think so?
Bud Heavy exclusively.
Oh, that's true.
He's definitely got like a sponsorship deal waiting. As soon as he retires, he's going to become like the Bud Heavy guy. They're going to put him. They're going to throw him on top of a Clydesdale, and they're never going to have to make another advertisement for the rest of their company.
He wears that color.
Exactly.
Perfect color. Seamless.
Wow, what an advertisement!
Holy shoot, dude.
Taco Bell game menu of the week. Little change there of verbiage for those astute listeners, those astute you cuties. But you know what the first section is. It's Crunchwrap Supreme, GOTW games of the week. First one we got, Panthers at Saints. Saints are favored by -9 favorites. 538 website has Saints as an 81% chance to win this game. Panthers complete. What's the word for it last week?
Quarterback
the Falcons
meltdown?
beat them. Meltdown? Kyle Allen sucks.
Yeah,
he does not look like the long-term answer. At this point, just play Will Grier. What do you have to lose?
At this
See
point,
if you have anything in him.
I mean, is Cam? I think Cam is healthy. Like, what's wrong with throwing him in there? Unless he's like,
or that.
Oh wait, he's on the IR, isn't he?
Yeah. I thought he was on the designated to return IR, but
maybe he is. But I agree. Kyle Allen's not the answer. The good thing for the Panthers, I think, is that Ron Rivera is an elite NFL coach, and I think he will recognize the limitations here. He'll take the ball out of his quarterback's hands. They're going to be as good as they can be with their personnel. I know that about the Panthers. I know that about the Colts. They're a similar kind of situation
like the
over there.
Chiefs.
Exactly. You know you're going to get the maximum of their potential. Unfortunately, I don't think that's good enough to beat the Saints. Saints are just fucking incredible. Michael Thomas is the reason when I talk about DeAndre Hopkins, I say top 2 receivers because I think Michael Thomas is the best receiver in the NFL right now. Oh,
yeah.
And
I love that dude.
And Alvin Kamara is back. Drew Brees is back. I mean, the defense is just picked up Jameis 4 times. I know it's Jameis, but they still looked impressive. PJ Williams, cornerback, is now the guy they used to shadow. Like, sign me up for this team. I think the Saints have legit Super Bowl aspirations this year. They're that good.
I love that. Love that. I will say one thing about Panthers. Neil, father of the pod, the podfather, one of the podfathers. He called it about rookie and first-time starting quarterbacks. He always says this, that defenses don't have tape on them. Once defenses start amassing tape, figuring out those quarterbacks, what makes them tick, what they're good and bad at, they're done. That's exactly what happened. Has been happening to Kyle Allen.
Baker Mayfield, right?
Sam Darnold a little bit. Josh Rosen, if you want to consider that. He was just bad from the get-go. But let's talk about some stats here. Panthers, whenever they're an underdog on the road since 2014, they've gone 5-2-1 straight up and 6-2 against the spread. And they're an underdog by 7 or more points in a road game. Saints are 17-3 in their past 20 home games, though. 12-8 against the spread. I'm going to take the Saints in this one, too.
Same here.
Yep. Next one, we got Seahawks at Eagles. Battle of the Birds here. Another Battle of the Birds. Pretty cool logo battle here. Eagles are favored by -2.5. 538 has the Eagles at 51% chance to win. So pretty tight game. What do we think here?
Oh man, I'm just every week I lose a little bit more of my Eagles stock. I just look. I mean,
that was a tough matchup though last week.
I understand he put himself in the situation late in the game, but by throwing some really bad passes to get into fourth down. But Carson Wentz made an insane play on that fourth down, and Nelson Aguilar just couldn't come down with it.
A big surprise there.
I don't know. I'm just starting to think it's not the Eagles' year. With Dallas playing the way they're playing and the Seahawks, I think. I mean, first off, this is like a playoff game, in my opinion, because I think if the Eagles beat the Seahawks, now all of a sudden we're talking about which one of these teams gets that wild card spot. And I don't know. I don't see Russell Wilson losing this game. Even with Lockett out there, I don't know. You still have Josh Gordon, who just got plugged in there, DK Metcalf, Chris Carson under the radar, and Russ.
Tough matchup for Carson, though.
My sweet Russ. Yeah, I agree.
Sweet brick.
See, this is going to be a slug. This might be one of the top games of the season so far, just because it is essentially, to me, a playoff game. I think these teams realize that as well. I hope the Eagles realize that. If the Eagles lose this game, they're done. There's no shot that they make the playoffs if they lose this game. So maybe it'll be a kitchen sink game for them where they throw it all out on the table. They just drop the nutsack on the table and see what happens. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm so sick of picking the Eagles every week and getting burned, but I guess I got to do it again, even though my favorite player in the league is on the other side.
I am not. What, Josh Gordon?
No, Russ.
Oh, sorry, you just said it.
No, Josh is probably top 10, but yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah, Russ is my favorite as well. The only reason I'm going to say the Seahawks are going to win this one, at least cover, and I think win it, is because two words here. Jadeveon Clowney.
Ooh.
That guy is an absolute force.
Yeah,
when they were playing the 49ers, he couldn't get blocked. He was not blocked. He didn't even have that many sacks. He just had QB hurries, everything.
Damn, you just literally convinced me in 2 words, because Lane Johnson out for an extended period of time here. Clowney is going to feast. I just saw, side note, that clip of him in college where he knocked the guy's helmet off.
In Michigan?
I just saw
Michigan game?
I just saw that pop up on my feed the other day. My algorithm was feeding that to me. And he finally looks like that guy in the NFL. It's taken him so effing long, and he had to change teams to get there.
Yep.
But that's the guy we have right now. So
injuries too.
Screw it.
Yeah.
Screw it. I'm done with the Eagles. I'm on the Seahawks. And I hope that's what the Eagles need to get their jump start, but I'm not holding my breath.
Carson Wentz only thrown for more than 300 yards twice this season, too. He's going to have to keep up with Russ Wilson.
Yes.
I just don't think it happens. The Seahawks also, just to put some things at ease here, since 2013, they played 19 games in the Eastern time zone. They've gone 16-3 straight up and 13-5-1 against the spread. So Eagles struggling to cover the spread in home games. Their past 15 games at Lincoln Financial Field, they're 5-10 against the spread. That includes the Patriots game last week, and they're also 0-4 straight up and ATS in their past 4 games against the Seahawks. So take the Seahawks. That's a gambling tip of the week right there.
I do like Miles Sanders still like Miles Sanders.
God, you're really holding on to that.
He's I will never quit. He is my NBA. Really? My NBA addiction. Like they have, Jeff Green. Like you can't quit him. Miles Sanders is my guy.
Dude, he's like, I don't know. I gave up on him a few weeks ago. I was excited going into the season. He's just not doing it for me. Cowboys at Patriots. Patriots are favored by 6.5. 538 has Patriots 73% chance to win this game. Dak, again, we said this earlier, inserting himself back into the MVP race. Or I think we said it Wednesday. This is a tough matchup for Cobb and Gallup, but I don't think you could sit them after the heaters they've been on. Gallup had over 120 yards last week. Cobb had over 100 with a touchdown. Mark Cooper only had 3 for 38 on 9 targets, so he had an off game last week, but maybe game flow when they played the Lions. I don't know if Darius Slay was playing that game, but Patriots, their secondary is the best in the league. They haven't really had a lot of tough opponents besides the Ravens and the Eagles this past 2 weeks. Cowboys are probably in that same situation, but what do we think of the of this matchup here?
I'm fascinated. I'm going to be fascinated by how Bill Belichick attacks this Dallas offense, because I feel like the best way to beat this team, the Cowboys, is to shut down the wide receivers at the moment, because that's where they're doing all their damage.
Not through Zeke.
Is Bill Belichick going to say, have fun, Zeke? And I think he might. And I think if they do that, I think the Patriots win this game, because their defense is so good when they know exactly what the other team's doing. If you make the Cowboys one-dimensional, especially with that one dimension being the ground game, there's no chance the Cowboys win this game. Patriots are just... This is the age-old situation here of all the talent in the world on the Dallas side and all the brains in the world on the Patriots side. You know Bill Belichick knows exactly what to do to stop this team. That's it. Give me the Patriots.
Let's flip it the other way, though. Let's talk about the Patriots offense. So, up and down, Tom Brady has, obviously one of the best still. I don't know how he's still doing it at 42 or whatever, 43, how old he is. He was complaining about how the offense was kind of sputtering last week against the Eagles, though. And I think a lot of it goes into game script, the running game. Three things: game script, the running game kind of sputtering also, and he hasn't had a lot of time with his wide receivers. Right, Mohamed Sanu is a pretty new addition, been hurt a little bit. He only has Julian Edelman, and that's about it. He doesn't have a solid tight end to go to. Sony Michel, bench guy right now, and he's all dependent on game flow. And when the defense did well against terrible opponents for the first 8 weeks, like we were saying, Sony Michel had value. Now that the schedule is tougher, it's tougher sledding for Michel based on game flow.
Yeah, thanks a lot for trading to me, you son of a bitch.
You wanted to get on the heat train there.
I'm in. I'm all the way
in on it. Yeah, I can't stand that guy. I'm never drafting him again. I'm going to go Patriots as well.
Nice.
Packers at 49ers. This is a NFC championship game right here, potentially. 49ers are favored by 3. 538 has the 49ers at 60% chance to win. So bye week for the Packers last week. Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams, probably going to be counted on big time with tough coverage against Devontae Adams in the form of Richard Sherman. What do we think? What we got here? Aaron Rodgers has a pretty tough matchup here too.
Yeah, I was going to say LaFleur versus Shanahan here.
Yeah.
Great coaching battle. Great offensive battle. But to me, this game's all about both defenses. 49ers have kind of maintained that steady status. The Packers defense is not at all what we thought they were going to be early in the year.
Yeah.
Give me the Niners. This is a game that I could easily see going either way, but give me the Niners, especially at home. It's been a couple weeks since the last Tevin Coleman explosion. I think that's coming at some point. And I don't know. I just... Something about this... I think this 49ers team has the juice this year. They have the magic. So give me those guys.
Yeah. I think with Matt Breida still potentially out, Coleman's been very up and down, admittedly. He had 4 touchdowns in Week 8 versus the Panthers. Since then, he's had 33 rushes for 77 yards in the last 3 games, 9 catches for 93 yards. He's due. He's due for a big game here. I think he gets into the end zone once or twice. And what else we got? Deebo Samuel, solid wide receiver play until Emmanuel Sanders is not hampered anymore. I will say Packers, when they go to this is a West Coast game. Keep in mind, this is tough to go out west. Since 2012, the Packers are 2-6 straight up out west, 3-5-1 against the spread, and that includes that lost to the Chargers this year. They lost 26-11. That was on the West Coast. So I'm gonna go 49ers too. I think they bounce back and
hell yeah,
take it to them. Ravens at Rams. This is the Sunday night game, I believe, right? Or Monday night game?
Yeah, it's one of those. It's a prime time, I know.
Prime time. Ravens are favored by 2.5. 538 has Ravens at 58%. Lamar, we can't say enough good things about him. It's good to see Mark Ingram getting some receiving work because that's been one part of his game that's been a little lacking this year so far. One thing about Lamar Jackson, first Ravens quarterback in team history ever to have 2 games with 4 or more passing touchdowns in a season. Kind of a ridiculous stat, too. Joe Flacco never did that. And he has 788 rushing yards on the year, which is the most by a quarterback through 10 games in the Super Bowl era.
And it does not stop this week. I'm telling you that much. These are 2 teams heading in opposite directions right now. Rams are on the fall back down to earth. The Ravens are ascending. It does not stop. There's no bump in the road. Ravens this should be even higher. I know they're on the road. I know it's a decent trip for them, but
Yeah, they're going out west too.
there's no one's picking the Rams. There's no way the Rams. I mean, oh God, I guess if McVay throws like a perfect game as a coach, but where are the Rams better than the Ravens? At what position are they better? Maybe receiver,
defensive line,
receiver, and D line. Maybe.
Yeah. The only thing I could see in this game, the Ravens defense, it honestly, fantasy wise, is doing well, but like their defensive line isn't nearly as good as it has been in previous years, so they can't really overcome that deficiency in the offensive line for the Rams. And maybe Jared Goff will have a little bit more time to throw the ball, especially considering it's West Coast too.
Just throwing this out there too. Even if that happens, Marcus Peters' revenge game right here.
Oh, wow. Oh, done. Taking the Ravens.
Yep, same here.
Done. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't even think about. I'm not even going to read the stats off. Blah blah blah. Yeah, whatever. Doritos Locos Tacos properly hyped but missing some clout. Bucks at Falcons. I cannot play. I mean, I could kind of place the Bucks. I can't place the Falcons. What's going on with them? This is the team that we thought they would be all year, and it took them 8 games to finally wake up.
Dan Quinn handed over play calling duties on the defense.
Did he actually?
2 weeks ago, yeah. Dude,
are you kidding me?
Dude, what does that say about him as a
joking?
coach? No, I'm not joking. I'm completely serious. 2 weeks ago, he handed over play calling duties to I forget who it is, but one of their defense coaches. How did no one
tell him this asshole this in week 2?
Dude, they've legitimately looked like, if not the best team in the league, then at least the top 3 team in the league for the past 2 weeks. And
yeah,
like they 2 legit wins. And who knows? I think they beat the Bucks this week too, because
I agree.
Jameis is going to throw at least 2 interceptions. He's going to get to like 25 unless he gets benched at some point. So
yeah, 19 touchdowns, 18 interceptions, 3,000 yards. That's what he has so far this year.
Oh my God.
Also, Cameron Brate, 14 targets with 10 catches. OJ Howard, 1 target with 0 catches. That makes no sense to me. But I will, like, OJ Howard's 1 target, he bopped it up in the air, and that was I think that was Jameis' first interception this past week. Falcons, we got -5 favorites. 538 has at 70% chance to win this game. Let's see. The Falcons are 14-4 straight up in their past 18 games against NFC South teams. Bucks are 0-3 against the spread and straight up in their past 3 road games. They're also 2-8 against the spread on the season, which is the worst mark of any team in the NFL this year. I'm taking the Falcons. I think they'll win by a touchdown at least.
Hell yeah.
Spicy potato. That was the only Doritos Locos Taco matchup we had. Spicy potato taco, light but sneaky good matchups. Raiders at our beloved Jets. Raiders are favored by 3. 538 has the Jets at 51% chance to win, so pretty close here. What do we think? The Raiders coming to the East Coast.
I don't know how. I guess we're just favored because we're not favored, but 538 has us favored. That's interesting.
It's weird. I think it's because the west to East Coast. And also here, Raiders in the Eastern time zone since 2017. Same year we started the pod. Raiders are 2-6 in the Eastern time zone, 2-5-1 against the spread.
Ooh, so maybe that's a little bit of the reasoning there.
Yep.
I don't know.
And they're 2-13 straight up on the road and 5-10 against the spread in their past 15 games away from Oakland. That's brutal.
Do we trust though our guys to get this done? I don't. And
I wrote about Tyrell Williams and Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs second place in Rookie of the Year in my mind. You can make the argument he's meant more to the Raiders than Kyler Murray and Daniel Jones have meant to the Cards and Giants respectively too. And then the Jets, I wrote, I don't even know. Quote word for word. Quote, I don't even know.
Take last week's results, throw them out. They don't count. It's the Redskins. Give me the Raiders here.
Exactly.
I'll take the Raiders. Give me the Raiders. I don't want to think about this.
I don't want to. I'd stay away from this game if I were you. But yeah, I'll take. Feel dirty saying it. I'll take the Raiders too. Broncos at Bills. Last matchup we got this week. Bills are favored by 4.5. 538 has them 78% chance to win. Courtland Sutton still doing it with Brandon Allen.
He's so good.
He's so good. Awesome. I saw a stat that Brandon Allen had hit like a long pass to Courtland Sutton this week. Wasn't a touchdown. think it was 62 yards. 62 yards in the air, like down the field. And Cortland Sutton came down with it. That's the longest downfield air yardage that any Denver Broncos quarterback has had in the past 4 years.
Wow.
Kind of a cool stat.
I mean,
I don't know if I explained that well. That was very wordy.
The Broncos were up by 20-plus points on the Vikings. So, I mean, are they a good team? No. But can they play week to week? Absolutely. And the Bills are kind of good. So I feel like this is the definition of a sneaky good game here. I love this game. I would take the Bills just because they're at home, but I mean, I could see the Broncos jumping out to an early lead, and I could see Cortland Sutton just making Tre'Davious White his boy, his little boy. I was about to go very vulgar there, but decided not to.
Yeah, you could have said it. It's all right.
But
we
I
have
agree.
the E next to our names.
I would say, God, I don't want to pick the Bills, but I'm going to take the Bills. Why not? Because they're at home.
This is a trap game for me.
It is.
Broncos have lost 4 games by 4 or less points. Right? They lost 27-23 against the Vikings. They've had so many close games this year. I think they went 0-4 to start the season. 3 of them were decided by less than a touchdown, and even less, like 5 points. The Bills, if you look at their schedule, they played the Redskins, the Dolphins, the Jets. They lost to the Patriots. They're 7-3, but it's a very shaky 7-3 in my opinion. Yeah, yes. I think they'll get to the playoffs, but they've beaten mostly just bad teams. And I'm pretty sure the record of the teams that they played is 0.33%. Like 33% winning record.
Counterpoint, the Broncos are also a bad team.
Yeah, they are. Exactly. That's true. So by that logic...
I mean, the Bills are going to make the playoffs. Like, they're 7-3. They're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, it's statistically hard not to.
I totally agree. This is a trap game, but I'm still taking them to win. I think this is a game that Josh Allen goes bonkers, and we're just like, who is this guy?
Again. Yeah. I love that. God, he's so fun to own.
He really is.
A team that I have a million players that are hurt. It is actually the Broncos coming to the East Coast, and the Bills are 8-2 straight up in their past 10 home games when they've been favored by 4 or more points.
You're big on this travel thing this week. What's going on?
I'm big on the travel thing.
Is it because you took that flight? Because you took that 5 a.m. flight? Is that why?
It couldn't be that. I started my week off on a Monday with a cool 4 a.m. wake up time and a 5:30 a.m. flight. No, that couldn't be it.
And you're sitting there like. You're sitting there thinking like, "Oh man, that must suck to travel like this. I'm going to put that in every decision I make." That's how you, Scott. That's how you lose money gambling. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, but you can't not put that in. Think about it. Like these freaking teams, like the Broncos coming to the Buffalo. That's like a 6-hour flight.
No, like,
and they're all fucked up with the time zones.
So what I think is that it's the kind of thing that you can never ignore it. But you can't put too much stock in it either, because then you start to go crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
Because then you're almost acting too logically at that point. You gotta play a little bit irrational here, because the NFL is a very irrational league. The things that happen make no sense sometimes.
Any given Sunday,
is it possible that who do we say the Packers travel across the country and then they're fine and they play well? It's very possible. Very possible, but in general, what's our gambling tips of the week here? Now that
that's true. Damn it, you're right. I'm just a little flabbergasted. I'm a little. I don't even know the word. I'm tired. There you go.
You're
Ravens minus. Yeah, thanks. Exactly. Ravens minus 2.5 over the Rams.
That's the only
hammering
one.
That.
The only one to me that I would 100% put money on, because the Seahawks Eagles, like, it's going to be a slugfest. I think the Eagles, that's the type of game where the Eagles like fake like 3 punts and like never and they never kick an extra point. They go for 2 every time. Like, that's the type of game we're dealing with here. And it could be a weird one. And I think the Packers 49ers could also be weird. That could easily go either way.
I could. I think for the over-under for the Packers 49ers, I would take the over.
Yes.
Because, like, I feel like the 49ers could get off to a strong lead, and then A-Rod can bring them back to a close. And then under for Bills-Broncos, I feel like that's going to be an under. Like a slugfest, like 4-point game or something like that. Find us in channels about it, though. that wraps up Week 12 preview.
Leave a review.
Thank y'all so much. Leave a dang review.
Scott like slips into this voice like occasionally, and it's just like my favorite thing. It makes no sense.
It makes zero sense.
You become the old guy from Family Guy.
Oh no!
Y'all
When I'm
better leave a
delirious,
review.
y'all.
Or Flanders. Flanders is probably more accurate.
Flanders, yeah. Any one of them, y'all. Just try to sound like them whenever I can. We're previewing 12 weeks of football.
Y'all better leave a review.
Leave a dang review, or I'm going to tell my colleague, Rob. I don't know what I'll tell him.
Tie you up.
Yeah, y'all don't want that.
Basement.
This just
No,
gets
that's-
darker every week.
God, yeah,
Where
what is
will it
going on?
end? Oh my god.
I'm a feed you only pickle juice.
Nice little pickleback shot.
Ooh.
Give you a pickleback.
White Claw
spin-
pickle flavored.
Spin Zone. This guy's got a nice alcohol collection. Little pickleback shot.
Big
Give you a
pickleback guy.
Take you to the mountains.
What kind of whiskey y'all drink with
Spin
pickleback?
Zone. Great views out there. Okay.
True. Sort
If
of.
anyone doesn't know what a pickleback is, go to the Bushwick Country Club. It has-
Oh, that's like the regional drink of Bushwick, the pickleback.
It's where it originated. Bushwick Country Club.
No, it's not. What?
Yes, it is.
You're full of shit.
I
What-
tried to
what?
take you guys there.
No, we did go.
Oh
there.
yeah, I
supposed to
remember.
go.
I remember
No, we
that
went.
specific day.
Oh, did we go?
Yeah, we went. It has
yeah,
like
we
a.
did. We did picklebacks, right?
I think so.
I did not remember
Better
that.
have.
I remember being there.
Probably why.
I remember being in that establishment.
I don't think I've
And-
ever been there.
Also known as the memory eraser.
Don't they have like a weird display by the bathroom? Like, isn't there something weird
They
on the
do.
wall?
Oh, there's weird stuff all over.
Oh, it's
And they
like
have
the
a-
opposite of an actual country club. It's a dive bar.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
So I thought you
Dive
actually
bar.
meant an
There's
actual
this dive
country
bar
club.
in Bushwick. There's a dive bar in Bushwick called the Bushwick Country
Yes.
Club, and you can become a member. I have a card. I'm a member.
That's right. Yeah.
And they have they have like a little miniature golf course in the back.
No, it's
in
not.
the backyard.
That's putting it. That's being very generous with.
That's
what's in
putting
that.
it nicely.
It really is.
Let's go. Dad
It
jokes.
really,
galore.
really is.
That's a
It's
dump.
yes, it is, and that's what it's all about. To be honest, I mean that's the
Is
whole
it?
thing. Yes.
If you take that at face value, the name Bushwick Country Club sounds like literally
Off.
like Caddyshack. It sounds
Yeah,
like
it does.
It sounds like where you would go to watch. What's his name? Danny Noonan.
Danny Noonan.
Playing the regional
that's it.
championship. That's literally the farthest possible situation
Danny.
from what you walk into at this place. And honestly, I love the irony. I appreciate it. I respect that.
Here for
I kind
it.
of want a card. I got to get one next time.
You
I'm
gotta
out there.
get one next time. You guys are gonna come out. We're gonna do it again soon.
Hell yeah.
It'll be fun. Let's schedule that.
Well,
Get after it.
And we'll bring Andy Reid with us because he's definitely he's up for a pickleback.
Big Bud guy.
leave a review.
I'll see y'all later.
Well, see you later.